do you see today in that mirror?
Well, for me, I see a child of God. I see me. I see who I was born to be, who I was meant to be.
So share with us a little bit about how that's manifesting itself in the world today.
I think my biggest transformation has been in my reflection to my kids. You know, we're all a reflection to everybody in our lives. And I've had to hide behind a mask for a very long time. I got tired of people telling me, Kim, when I look at you, your life looks so perfect. Everything's always so perfect. How do you do it? And I wasn't doing it. I was dying. I was dying before cancer.
So through that experience, you've learned a lot about yourself emotionally and physically too. I'd love to hear a little bit about, we're discussing last night about how you've used your body as like a barometer almost of knowing what's right and what's not. Can you share with us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so my tagline in my business name is B, just B-E, and my tagline is empowering me to be a stronger we. And I think you said earlier that you have to know who you are and you have to love who you are to be able to love others well. I really believe that. And, you know, as a society, we walk around, and I talked about the expectations and those things. And in getting to know myself, I also got to know how to listen to myself. So I use that as a tool. I know when my cancer is active and when it's not. And I use that gauge to shift the things that I'm doing. I'm pretty strict at times, but then other times I want to live. I want to go the places that I'm told I can't go, and I want to do the things that I'm told I can't do. And so I do that, and I pay attention, and when I feel those changes happening, then I have to pull back and be strict for a while, and then I go back and live again.
Can you go into a little bit more detail about what that means to be strict?
Yeah, so for me, it's mostly, diet, nutrition, how I take care of my body. So it's, having that foundation, making sure I detox, making sure the things going in. But that's also not just my physical body, it's mentally. I mean, I'm human, find myself getting into ruts where I'm around negative people, or I'm letting in too many negative thoughts or too much, negative energy. And that probably affects me more than if I'm eating a cheeseburger and french fries, which I don't do very often.
So that's kind of neat. I mean, not that I would think that cancer is a gift, but in a way it kind of is.
So I believe I'm here today for, a couple of reasons. I mean, not physically here today, but maybe physically here today too. To inspire people. If I can be here after a stage 4 cancer diagnosis, that hasn't been easy. I might make it look easy, which I'm trying not to do that either, because it's not easy. It's been hell. And I didn't say that in my speech because I forgot that part. I forgot to tell you all how hard it really is, because it's been incredibly hard. My marriage was falling apart. I didn't know how to talk to my kids. Physically, I was a disaster. I lost all my hair. I was sick for several years. And I go through seasons, of that too. Emotionally, a wreck, PTSD. I mean, it's a really, really hard thing. And so being here, I think, inspiring people, when I said, you have a choice tonight, I mean that. I mean, you do. You don't have to get the devastating news to make the choice to live. And there's so many of us every day that are just existing. We're just going through the motions. And we're trying to impress everybody around us, and sometimes we're trying to impress ourselves. And if we can all just be who we are and use the gifts that we have to inspire and love the people around us, that's what life's about. That's all life's about. And we just get so caught up in, can I make $1 million? Can I travel to 50 places? That we forget about. We don't see, the faces. I see all of you, truly. Like, I sit in this room and I just am like taking in as much as I can take in, because each and every one of you have a story. And each and every one of you have this big, incredible life to live, and people to impact, and people to love. You might be sitting next to somebody right now that needs to be seen, needs to be loved. And when we're conscious and we're paying attention, we can feel that. And you can give that gift that you have inside you. But you have to love yourself first, and you have to say yes to yourself first.
So when things are going well, it's hard to think about that, right?
Yeah.
It's like, not everybody gets this devastating news or gets this wake-up call. So what do you do to wake people up?
Thump them. No, no, I'm kidding.
Give them a box with a mirror.
Right. Take the mirror home, hang it up. No. Boy, what do I do? I have 4 kids, and they're all 6 years, there's 6 total years between them. And they were all under the age of 6 when I was diagnosed. So that was hard too. And so I always try to I'm working on things with them also. So part of this is, being a better parent, like you were talking about, and that thinking about the things I need to do to wake them up. And that's not always easy. Think about trying to wake a teenager up. I mean, I think they're asleep until I don't know. But sometimes it's speaking, humor. But most of all, I think the biggest thing is seeing people. Really? And so I think that's how I try to inspire people, because when you feel seen and when you can feel somebody's love, it changes everything.
So in 3 words, what's your meaning of life?
Choose to thrive. Choose to thrive.
It's a choice.
It is a choice.
It is a choice.
And that doesn't mean life's easy.
Right.
We have to make that choice every single day. I mean, the neighbor that shows up and, angry because of this, or somebody cuts you off on the freeway, whatever it is, we have to choose to thrive all the time. Yes.